Ukraine was betrayed, as the West supports Russia 3 times more. It's day 1193 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. We will start from Kupiansk front. In our yesterday's report, we saw how Russian forces surprised Ukrainian forces by attacking from Paschenka, and were quickly able to capture Suriyak. Today we got several footage from the Russian forces of the assault on the village. We can see that Russian forces use flamethrowers to target key positions, and drones to target Ukrainian equipment. At last we saw them raising their flag, to confirm the capture. In addition, I explained how this compromised the Ukrainian units' situation in this pocket. So they had no choice but to withdraw to a more favorable position. Looking at the topography of the area, we can see that there are heights south of Suriyak. Latest report from the front suggests Ukraine has withdrawn completely from this area, and as a result it has come under Russian control. Sources reported Ukrainian forces have withdrawn towards the heights. As Russian forces have now gained access to the heights, they can now advance further much more easily. Because before this tactical maneuver, Russian units advancing from Topoli faced a very difficult challenge, as Ukrainian forces enjoyed the height advantage. But now the task of Russian forces became easier. Furthermore, just a few kilometers south, Russian forces in the last 24 hours increased their intensity. According to the sources, they have launched a mechanized attack on the northwestern part of Kamyanka. A Ukrainian drone unit has shared footage of this attack. We can see them targeting Russian equipment around here. However, as fights are taking place, it's good to wait for confirmation and not jump to any conclusion. Now, alongside this, we got the biggest news on this front. According to one Russian source, their forces were able to capture a gas station north of Kupiansk. If this is true, then we can say Russian forces have entered the city. However, given that we have not received confirmation about capture of Avdiivka, it is possible that these were just Russian DRGs. Considering the defenses and number of Ukrainian brigades around the city, if this is confirmed, then it will be a significant breakthrough. Maybe in a future report, I will list out total units deployed on this front on both sides, to help you guys understand the scale of this operation. Now moving to the southern flank of Kostiantynivka. In the latest report, it was confirmed that Ukraine has completely withdrawn from the pocket. As a result, this area was captured by the Russian forces. In addition, south of Yablonivka, Russian forces were able to capture this area south of the village. As I explained in one of my previous reports, how this settlement was used as the main point for this axis, so it has a very strong defense around it. Now, after many weeks, there is good news for the Ukrainian side. Near Komar, they recently launched a counterattack towards Odrede and captured this open field. If you remember, in one of my previous reports, I said Ukrainian forces have been counterattacking in several areas. This is because they understand that they do not have good fortifications for several kilometers. So it seems like they want to hold Russian forces here. However, Russian forces are advancing from the south. In the latest report, it was confirmed they have captured Vasila and an open field north of Berlatsky. Now, one shocking statistic was recently revealed by Western media. From February 2022 to 25, Russia earned a whopping $939 billion from fossil fuel exports. This is 3 times more than what Ukraine received in Western aid. Russia from the EU alone earned around $233 billion, and only $73 billion was given to Ukraine. This has upset a few Ukrainian sources, to say the least. Considering the support of the West is wavering every day, this ratio could only get big. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.